Good morning, guys. Happy Easter. If you're not an Easter person, then happy Sunday. Does that work? Does that cover everybody? Also, if you're not a Sunday person, I can't help you. Move on to Monday, but I would not suggest that because we got a miserable Monday coming up, and it's a good one. I have so what's going on? Channel news. What's going on with Guido? I've really slowed down in the last little while. It's interesting that I've had more time. I didn't look at my battle count. Maybe sometimes when I say I've slowed down, I really haven't, but I feel like I have over the last couple days, maybe the week or so. Interesting that it's a lot of time at home, but I'm spending some good quality family time and a lot of time outside working on the yard, getting stuff done out there. It's in Florida. It's already growing. It's springtime down here, so I've mowed the lawn like 3 times already this year. Be mowing it into November more than likely. So that's kind of what I'm doing. I wouldn't say I'm on a break from, I wouldn't say me and World of Tanks are on a break, but it's pretty close, right? So I have been actually kind of dating other games. I've been playing Mountain Blade quite a bit. Mountain Blade 2 Bannerlord. Quite enjoy that actually. It is early access, so it's got plenty of issues, but not bad. I did a mission, or not a mission, I did a mission with it. I did a review of it, a quick review, so you can check that out on the channel if you're interested in Mountain Blade. It's 3 or 4 days ago, I want to say, maybe last week. Okay, so yeah, safe and hunkered down, that's what I'm doing. Family trying to stay out of stores and moving around much and all that kind of stuff, so no movies and fun things like that. Man, I hope this is over pretty soon. What about you guys? I don't know. Very strange. Anyway, let's see. Next stream Monday, so that should be tomorrow. Planning on streaming tomorrow or Tuesday, one of the two. Probably Monday. That will be cool. Look for the interview. My next interview is with Pilgrim. Guys, Pilgrim of many pilgrims. So what I did on this one was somebody suggested it. Hey, why don't you interview the common man? And I hesitate to say that. So I found the commonest of men I could find was actually a fantastic interview, so check it out. And I think the point of that obviously is, okay, great, you've talked to all these CCs and people who, a lot of them are very good players. What about just the regular World of Tanks player? And I would definitely say Pilgrim is leaning towards the upper, obviously, 25% of players based on skill and all that stuff. But I think it's a really cool thing to kind of just sit down with just people who play the game. Right, not talking about CCs or the best players or the top-end competitive guys. And we had a really good time, nice sit down. So check that out on Tuesday. 29 tanks till I catch them all. I have almost caught them all. Somebody did mention, pretty good point, why I'm worried about having all of them before the change, because I'll still be able to get to them. I just feel like I want to have them all in the garage when the whole thing changes. You know what I'm saying? Maybe that's kind of silly, but that's kind of where I am. French roast this morning as well. I need to, one of these days, since I have so much time at home, I need to brew my own with the percolator. I need to brew my own coffee instead of doing the old K-cup thing. Sounds good. Pilgrim had tea. Here's something, not to foreshadow too much the discussion that we had, but did you realize that the Brits believe you can both underboil and overboil water? I don't know. Maybe some of you understand that. That one, right over the Colonial's head. You know what I'm saying? Right over the Colonial's head. Let's take a look at the missions and specials, guys. Again, happy Easter or Sunday. As usual, let's take a look at the premium shop stuff. They actually dropped quite a few things into there just recently. For example, the E75TS is back. Was that out last week? It might have been. I don't remember. 50T is here. Yeah, I think both those were here last week. It's the Liberté and the Turtle that are new this week. They just dropped those in there. So War Chest, the whole 9 yards. You can get all the different versions of this thing. It looks like my coupons work. All that good stuff. The Progetto, the Spaghetto is still there, along with his 3D style at 12 bones. The Eagle 7 and the KV2R. There is a new skin for the regular KV2 that's even more wacky than the KV2R. So we'll take a look at that in a minute. It's actually in my garage. You might have seen it when we did the intro there, so we'll take a look at it again. in just a moment when we get back into the garage. I'll let you see what that looks like. So lots of stuff for sale, and some of these are coming with 30 days of premium and all that good stuff. We've got some gold specials. These are pretty standard. I didn't see anything new on that for you guys. Neither with the premium count is there anything really new. Actually, oh, this is something I wanted to talk about. You can't see it in my garage right now. So I'm thinking about doing a garage tour for new players, and I was digging around yesterday to get some research because I realized there was probably a lot of buttons I really didn't have any idea really what they did, which is interesting because it means they're not useful to even a power player like me. So I did find some, fascinatingly enough. There is a section where your premium is that tells you how much of the old premium you still have. I still have about 125 days of that. The old premium that crossed the boundaries and went to ships. Although ships now has their own ships premium and tanks has their own tanks premium, and of course it reaches over to planes if you're one of those guys. So the point of that is World of Tanks premium account is what you're looking for if you're playing tanks and you want all the bonus things that happen, the bonus missions, the reserve silver that you get on Monday, the ability to hide 2 maps instead of 1, that kind of thing. So make sure, and if you're on this page, you're fine. You're getting Watt Premium. See how it says all Watt Premium account on there? But if you're buying it from other games or other places, potentially, you could run into a situation where you're just getting a premium account, which is kind of the old style premium account and doesn't have the extra stuff. I just wanted to throw that out. Be buyer beware, be very careful. And it's interesting that the 60-day one is discounted for whatever reason. All right, if I can remember, I'll try to show you where it shows you, but it's the top left part of your UI up there. So we're on the vehicles. These are all the same things we're talking about. The T-34-3, I didn't notice that one. That's out as well. Remember, this is a preferential tank, so it does get some protection from seeing tier 10s. Not some, it gets protection unless you're a Muppet and you platoon with a non-pref tank, at which point you will see tier 10s. It's an interesting tank. I kind of like it, but it's not easy to use. Its flexibility is limited by the really long reload. So it's got that big 390 Alpha gun, which is cool, but it's a long reload on a medium, which is meh. It got a little buff a while ago on the armor. There's the Spaghetto. Where is this? I'm trying to find the 3D style. Is it not here? It must be on the other. It's on the other tab. Okay. Nothing else really to mention here. The Eagle 7 is out. So let's go up here and see if we can find that. See if we can find that 3D style. I can show it to you in the garage as well. Also, so this is interesting, and we'll get to it on the missions piece, but you can actually get Master of Orion for free from Wargaming. It says the single player. I don't know if there's multiplayer, if anyone cares about the multiplayer. But you can get it with some missions. I'll show you that, and I just tested it. It looks like, I had to go through the Wargaming Center, so if you're an anti-Wargaming Center person and you figured out how to launch your game without it, if you want this, you probably got to go through the Wargaming Center, so I'll just throw that out. But I can download Master of Orion. I looked at some reviews. It got pretty good reviews. It seems like a fairly straight-up remake of the old one, which I absolutely loved. And it was the original 4x, which is why you get the Expand, Explore, Exterminate, whatever the other E is there. The space times 4, right, type of game. There are some camos and things, though, that you can buy. I'll show you the camo in a minute. It's called, you get the Ad Astra as well. There's 2 Orion emblems, and then Conquer the Stars is the style. There's a new style, so I'll show you that one. There's multiple ways to get that, or you can get most of them through the missions. These are all the same things we talked about. Now, where's that style for the KV? Is that gone? There it is. All right, so here it is. Crimson Legion, and it's $13. We've gone over the prices. There's no sense going over it again. Remember that if you're doing the golden donut thing, that's down here. You can buy it down here. Times 5s, and I think that's pretty much everything. So I'll show you the skin when we get back into the UI. And that's pretty much it for that. So let's take a look next at what is going on mission-wise here. Okay. Mastery missions are back up. Remember, you've got to use codes for those. All right, this is a weekly thing. These are probably the most annoying codes because they're weekly. It drives me absolutely It's not crazy. But the next wave is 110 object M6. There you go. I haven't activated them. Make sure you do that if you want to. We have, these are the styles and the tanks that just came out. I just talked about that. The experience weekend bonus, guys. So these are the missions. Reward times 2, be one of the top 10 XP. It's actually times 5 for your first one today, which this is interesting. Is it going? It is going on now. I'm not really sure how it works. Maybe it's must be everything after the times 5 is times 2. So cool. That works for crew. There you go. And maybe it's actually from the very beginning, since it doesn't have to get rid of your standard daily experience times whatever. Must be times 2 crew XP. We'll take a look in the UI, make sure that's true. Now, is there Annihilation, Destruction, Armageddon? There you go. And this seems to be mixed in. All right, when we get to the UI, we'll take a look at this. This seems to be mixed in with the Master of Orion stuff, to be honest. I'm not really sure what's going on with that. I should probably do research. Nah. Why would I do any research? That would be ridiculous. Just randomly go through stuff here. Speaking of research, where did the thing I really wanted to talk about go? Oh my gosh. Here's the Master of Orion announcement. Explore, expand, exploit, exterminate. All right, so they have similar names. They are not the same. I'll take a look in the UI and go over that. All right, hold on. I have to actually now find something. This is driving me crazy. Remember when you were a teenage kid? I was going to say a boy. You're not. Maybe you're not all were boys, but a teenage kid, let's put it that way. Typically boys. And you asked your mom where something was, and it was like 2 feet from you. I just had that moment. I didn't ask my mom, but it was literally less than 2 feet from me. This is what I was trying to find. It was right in front of me. Okay. Anniversary Discount Madness Special. This is with the daily times 5 for this weekend. It goes from the 11th to the 14th. So it's over on Tuesday, actually. Interesting. Goes through Monday. Okay. Tuesday, April 14th. Fantastic. Times 5 for the first one, for the first win. Guys, the tier 5 through 8 Tech Tree premiums. So the premiums that are on the Tech Tree are all on discount. So if you got a bunch of gold sitting around from your Christmas boxes, remember these are only for the ones that are on the Tech Tree, but there's quite a few on there. Go grab up at a discount all those premiums you've been coveting on the Tech Tree. I actually grabbed the last premium on the Tech Tree I do not have right now. It was the 168.02, the Naked Marbreaker. I already had the Marbreaker, but whatever. Now I have both. Also, too, and in addition to, look at this, discounts on regular Tech Tree stuff. Tier 5, up to 10, 15%. 8 to 10, 6 to 7 at 30%. That's going to help you guys who are grinding and trying to get some credits potentially to buy to buy things. So very good. You got to like these kind of sales. These are really cool for Wargaming there. All right, that is what I wanted to find on the web page. Now let's jump into the UI. All right, before we dig into the missions, here it is. This is the, whatever it was, Crimson Legion. I don't know what the Crimson Legion is. What is it, guys? I could research that. Is it another Warhammer thing? Is it a Master of Orion thing? I don't know. But this is a regular KV2 with a 3D skin. This is not the KV2R, not the Warhammer one. At least not the Warhammer one that they sold that just had a 3D skin that you could not change. We've got this big, like, I don't know what this is. What is that exactly up there? I hate how the zoom works in the garage. It kind of sucks. It must be a periscope. And then we got a big machine gun on the side. And we got a dual setup right here on the machine gun ring. And then we got the world's largest. I guess if we got the world's largest gun, then we need the world's largest spotlight. Right, that's a naval gun and a naval spotlight. Is that what's going on? And we've got these great big spikes up here. I guess obstacle removal kind of guys. And we've got a cage around something for some reason. I don't know, what is that? I don't know why the cage is around that. And then we've got some random boxes, maybe ammo boxes back here. And a motorcycle. We've got a big crane like a ship. Okay, so we can pull up our motorcycle. And the motorcycle has the world's largest knife, apparently. Some kind of crazy hatchet knife thing going on. I don't know. It's like a sword, potentially. I don't know. Does it have a trigger? I don't know if that's a knife or a gun. It's hard to... Maybe that's a gun. I guess it could be like a submachine gun. Don't know. It's hard to tell. I'm going to say it's a knife. I'm saying it's a knife. We've got 2 cans of gas on the back, which is a terrible place for them. Usually they're back on the edges because if they get pierced, then the gas runs off the side of the tank. In this case, it's just going to fall right down on the engine deck and light the entire tank on fire. That's a spectacularly bad idea, I think. But pretty cool, right? I don't know. It's too busy for me. I like the 3D skins. It's just too much crap. This crane drives me crazy. It would be interesting if the spotting point on the crane was up here instead of the top of the tank. So you're not going to see the crane come up over anything until you get the spotting point coming up and over, as well as, you know, that's one of the things with all these tanks that have this crap all on the top. The IS-7's the same way. Nothing shows up and then all of a sudden everything's there when the spotting point comes over. All right, and the other thing I wanted to show you, because I put it on my Object 260, is there's the Master of Orion. Conquer the Stars, and it says Conquer the Stars. And I think that's the Orion thing. That's what it looks like. Kind of cool. I put it on my Prize 260 tank. All right, that's what I want to talk about. Let's get into the missions. This was funny when I got in here, guys. Check this out. I really got the old heave-ho today from my daily missions. That's all. Somebody, I mean, a lot of people probably love that. They're like, oh, yes, look at all these great blueprints I'm going to get. And I look at this, that is not what I want. So I can only do one, I think, reroll. So let's see what happens. It's going to give me another blueprint. How much you want to bet? Survey says... oh, it's not even Monday, game. Here's to you, RNG. Thank you so much. Thanks so much, as our friend at the Tank Museum would say. I'm on Stage 11. That's what it's called. Stage 11 on Battle Pass. It's all bonds from here. All right. Frontline is ending tomorrow. Thank goodness. We'll talk about that later. Here's the Explore, Expand, Exploit, Exterminate. Oh, Exploit was the one I missed, didn't I? I said Explore, Expand, Exterminate. We have to exploit as well. I am done. So therefore I have unlocked these guys, which are the 2 Orion, the Master of Orion, and decal mats. So there's a lot of Master of Orion things. I thought there was a paint. No, it looks like it's just decals. You don't get... Hold on. Hold on! Inscription. Emblems. Oh, that's a bummer. I thought you could get... I guess you have to buy the camo, fellas. Sorry. I probably led you down the primrose path. Come on. Come with me to your free camo. Sorry, buy it. You don't get it. All right. So that goes to April 23rd. I will download this. I didn't read anything that said it was a limited time to have the game. That's interesting. I may have to dig into that. I would not doubt it. But that's how you get it through those missions right there. Scavenger hunt is ongoing. Unfortunately, I'm a Muppet, and I sort of, because I haven't really been paying attention, I only have 7 codes. Yeah. So 7 of 5. Oh, because I've gone past that. Okay. What the heck? All right, I'm working on 10. And there should be 11 out by now, and today will be the 12th, so I'm not going to get the final present. What's the final present? 30 times 5. That's right. There was nothing that compelling there for me, to be quite honest. I want the reserves, but like I said, I've kind of fallen, we might be on a break, me in this game, just a slight one. No, it's no big deal. I'm just playing some Mountain Blade. It's all good. Tank rewards, ongoing. That is the Easter thing. Remember, that's on that's in tankrewards.com. This one I am doing. I have actually played a game every single day just to get my points on this. I'm not going to go show it to you because I've shown it to you multiple times, but it's tankrewards.com. You log in, and then you can pick goodies along the way. Heavy tank courses, remember that every month that comes up, so that's actually pretty good. The on track is the 60 TP. I've actually played the 60 TP a little bit. Not enough to trip the first 20,000. Oh, it only goes to 200 now. Very interesting. No tank, though. There's no free tank left, or no free tank at the end of it, even though it used to be a tier 3. Usually, lately, a tier 3. Watch salutes ongoing for the veterans light tank courses we talked about. Let's celebrate day 10. These are daily missions that they've been putting out, and it's, I think, usually been, although I do believe maybe there was a day of premium in there somewhere, but personal reserve, some kind of goodie. It's not that hard to do. You just have to do 1,000 base experience over as many games as it takes you. Experience weekend bonus. That's this weekend. And here are the missions. Win a battle. See, I goofed this up. And here's one of the things why when you don't do the daily missions on the weekends, you can kind of get boofed. If I was looking at this and I didn't realize I could have I need some more coffee. Should I drink more coffee? I feel like the world is speeding up right now. Or maybe I'm speeding up and the world is staying at the same speed. Potentially slowing down and I'm going the same speed. But I don't know what it is, but it's a problem with talking. I could have got 3 garages. I was going to say 3 enlarged garages, but I don't want 3 enlarged garages. I just want to enlarge my garage by 3. Okay, but I can't. I screwed it up. That's the point. That's what I'm trying to get at. I only did this once, right? I only did this once, and it only goes to April 13th, and that is tomorrow, which means today's the last day, so I can only get 2. Well, wait a minute. Hold on. What can I get? Oh, I'm going to be 1 short. I really didn't need that much. Look at this. Terrible. Oh, that makes it even worse that it was so easy. And close this. I don't even want to not even going to look at it anymore. I don't like it. I don't know what this is, guys. To be quite honest. Somebody said they got it. I haven't seen these guys. I don't know what the point is. I don't get it. I still haven't found anything written about it. Have you? I actually just pimped somebody. Hold on, let me check Discord. Nope, nobody answered. I don't know. I don't know what to tell you on that one. I guess in theory, there's somebody with a special camo, is my understanding. Although I've not read this anywhere. And if you kill them, you get 250 gold. It sounds like a sheriff thing, but I don't know. Why is it community? Who is running with the camos? What are we doing? Are we speeding up, slowing down? Come on, guys. I have no idea. Cosmic Challenge is quite cosmic. Where is the... Oh, that's right. All right. And I forgot to talk about this. Make sure you are getting your Cosmic Care Package or Care Package Cosmic from Twitch. All right? So, again, if you've linked your Twitch with your World of Tanks and you have Twitch Prime, which means that if you have... what the hell is it called? Amazon Prime, then you have Twitch Prime, then you should get this. This time there were no commanders or anything cool. It was just some decals, I think a day of premium and some other things, but it's free goodies. All right, so this is the linked to that, I believe. Goes from April 8th to May 1st, and then I get some goodies as I go through this. Okay. I've done the first one. The second reward, I've done 1 of 5. What do I have to do? I have to play a battle. And I need 20 of these tokens. I've got 13 of these tokens, and that's being the top 10. So this is actually pretty easy. The third reward takes how many? We did this yesterday. 40 tokens. And then what happens if I come over here? If I do 60 tokens. All right. So 60 games in about in 3 weeks. Okay, so not too hard to do. Tank Destroyer courses, that's the thing we talked about. Multipliers for on track. That's a separate. I talked about this last week. I don't know why they're separate, but they are. It's a different part of the on track. It's the multipliers part. Medium tanks. Other missions are standard stuff. Okay, wow. There we go. There we go, folks. What else did I want to talk about here? I think we've covered everything. So, to recap, there's the Easter hunt, the egg hunt. All right, that's WattRewards.com. Or is it Watt Rewards? Oh my gosh, now I've lost the plot. I have completely... Tank Rewards, goodness gracious. I can't keep this stuff straight. Egg hunt is on Tank Rewards. It looks like this thing right here. Come on. As I can find it. Oh, man. I do need some more coffee. I'm not going to find this, am I? It's going to completely... See, I've moved my OBS to a separate screen, and it has a different resolution, and I can never find my... Oh, yeah, baby, there it is. All right. Egg hunt. There it is, egg hunt. See? TankRewards.com, not Watt Rewards. Tank Rewards. You know what? I'm going to show you where I am anyway. Why not? Because here we are. 2330 out of 2700. The next thing I'm going to get is the 3 garage slots. Ooh, that would have been 6. See, now I'm focusing back on the one I missed. I'm not happy about that. It was easy. All I had to do was sit down and play the game just a little bit more. And now, see, now Wargaming has their hooks back into me. All of a sudden now, I am compelled to play more. See what happens? See how that mental process goes? All right. TankRewards.com. New Year. I thought I actually did the... Well, I was going to look at the donut thing, but whatever. I think I made a link to it, but I don't remember. Okay, let's get rid of the second monitor. Here we go. That's very good. Excellent. Look at how we flow. We're flowing. This is really good flow now. This is like live TV, man. This is what happens on live TV. Sometimes Mariah Carey gets up there and just buffoons the whole thing. Do you remember that? Was that about two New Years ago or 3 or whatever? Was she completely stoned or wasted? She just got up there and started dancing around. I don't know why that just came to me, but that was one of the funniest things I think I've ever seen. Poor lady, just trying to get up there and do her thing. All right, so we had Easter the Donut. We got Twitch Care Package Cosmic. Wow, we got a lot of stuff going on. Frontlines is ending. Oh, don't worry, though, for you who like it, it's coming back in 2 weeks, I think. All right, let's move on to subjects du jour. Alrighty then. So Frontline I've mentioned a couple times. Here's the deal. I basically quit Frontline. I'm not going to play that mode anymore. It would have to change considerably before I considered it again. Or maybe just randomly I'll feel like it next time. Look, a lady can change her mind, all right? I can change my mind if I want to. It's my game, and I'll cry if I want to, and I'll change my mind if I want. But right now, to be honest, Frontline just became a annoying grind, and it was everything that I dislike about the game. Check out my video on that if you're interested. I should make more controversial videos because it actually did the best out of any video in a long time. I don't know. Should I just get up here and start flaming everything? That seems to be the way to do it. But we're not going to do that. That's not me. Stop doing that. What's it doing that? Oh my gosh. Okay. I'm having too much fun. I'm in here laughing like an idiot by myself. All right. So I guess I need somebody. I need somebody that I can a sidekick. That's what I need for this. We can do a live podcast and I have a sidekick. That would actually be. I just had that. That would be really funny. Actually, we could get the Discord thing going on. I could come in there. We could just discuss World of Tanks as we go. I like that. What do you guys think of that? I should try that. I think I'm going to try that. I might try one of the CCs or one of you guys. I don't know. Who wants to be the sidekick? I wish I had a technical expert who could stop that kind of thing from happening. I need a Steven or something. I don't know. Where were we? I quit Frontline. You don't care. I know you don't. But I did because it was just a sad grind that made me angry. I want the Char Future. I do. I really do want it. And it's actually, as I sit here, I'm thinking, do I want to maybe dip my toe? But it's too late. Because now, I only have 3 tokens. Now I'm going to have to play Steel Hunter. And as much as I don't like Frontline, let's not even get into how much I don't like Steel Hunter. That's all very negative, isn't it? Isn't it? Right? I'm a CC. I should promote all of the things that Wargaming is doing. Why am I such a curmudgeon and I only like pubs? Well, that's not really true. I like the format of pubs. I like the way it's built. I like competitive stuff built around the format of pubs. I don't know. I like different missions. You know what would be really cool? As long as I'm just sitting here talking to myself and randomly riffing on dumb ideas that I've had. You know what would be really cool to me is a campaign mode of some kind where you started off with 3 or 4 countries and they had some tier 1 tanks or tier 1 and tier 2 tanks. They had some territory and you had to kind of place your tanks around, and then when you had a battle, those tanks would battle, and then if they got destroyed, they were out of the pool. You would have to build new tanks. You would have a certain amount of industry to do so. You know what I'm saying? A campaign mode, not a Clan Wars campaign mode, but more with a little bit more strategic overlay of where you're moving your stuff. That would be fun. You know what I'm saying? And maybe you have to research the next tanks with the experience that you get in order to upgrade your tanks and that kind of thing. I think that would be pretty cool. You could probably do that. Not probably. You could definitely do that as a side gig, right? As a third party, using the game, and then probably you'd have to use, unless you got Wargaming in on it, which they wouldn't be initially, you'd have to prove it worked. You could use the training rooms, and then have everybody pile into training rooms, do the battles, keep track of the results at the end, and have some kind of map overlay. I used to do that actually with a game. What was it called? It was Starfleet Battles, and one of them was the paper version, one of them was a computer version, and I built a whole actual campaign. It was the nerdiest thing I ever did. It was so awesome, with that kind of idea in mind, that each group had basic ships, and then they could upgrade them as they went, as the years went through. Whenever the new year showed up, that ship was available because they had a whole timeline and all that kind of thing built around the game already. How did we get here? I have no idea how we got here, guys. I really, really don't. Yeah, man, we were talking about Frontline, weren't we? And then somehow we got into building a campaign for Starfleet Battles. Starfleet Command, I think, is what it was called as the computer game, as I recall. SFC. Okay. This is great. I'm having a lot of fun, even if you're not. All right? It's all about me. Okay. Beanhole Bandit, and several other of my German fans as far as German tanks. Looky. Planned buffs for the 3601, the Tiger 1, and the Tiger 2. I don't think the Tiger 1 needs a buff, but you know what? It's about the worst Tier 7 win rate wise, as is the Tiger 2. That didn't surprise me as much as it surprised me the Tiger 1. I love the Tiger 1. I think it's a fantastic tank. I actually like the Tiger 2 despite it being kind of meh at times. But let's take a look. Also, the 3601 gets caught in the frag pattern. I think this has something more to do with the tier, isn't tier 6, up to tier 6 getting a HP buff, as I recall, because the turret is the top turret is changing it from 950 hit points to 1200. So I think it's one of the ones that got caught in that. So I don't know why this one's listed but not the rest. Maybe that information's out there. That's, I believe, the HP buff. But it's getting some other things. The reverse speed is going faster. It is becoming more accurate. It's getting more ammo. That ammo has to do, again, with more HP at that level. Most of the tanks down at tier 6 and below are getting ammo buffs because they'll need some more to take the rest of the HP that's been added to everybody off the board. But it also has some accuracy buffs in here. And so that's not as interesting, I think, as what the Tiger 1 is looking like right now. Remember, this is all preliminary and stuff can change. I thought it was really interesting. More ammo. I think the tier 7s are kind of caught in that frag pattern also because they're going to need a few more shells to deal with all the extra hit points on the tier 5s and 6 that they get to beat the snot out of. Okay, so look at this. Tiger 1. Aiming from 2.59 to 2.4, so slightly faster aiming. Reload time increased. Oh, that pissed me off. The best thing about the Tiger is having about a 5.5 reload on that gun. But here's what's interesting that they've done. So they increased the alpha from 240 to 280 right here, which means they couldn't just straight buff the DPM. They had to change the reload and decrease it a little bit. The DPM does buff by 4. Now, my tank, I just looked at it in the garage, has about a 2700 DPM, and it can get near to 3000. Near to 3000 when I put food and the rammer directive on it. I mean, the thing has DPM for days. It's an interesting thing, though, because I've always said that DPM isn't everything. So here's a tank that's got one of the best DPMs in the game with pretty good pen, but people can't make it work. There you go. So does that mean it needs gun changes? I don't know if changing the alpha from 240 to 280 is what is going to turn this thing into a better tank. It's very interesting to me. There's a slight gun buff, like we said. There is a increase in reload time, but also an increase in alpha. I don't know, man. I feel like the Tiger one didn't really need anything. I think people just don't play it well. I don't know, but the numbers say it sucks, so there you go. This is what they're doing. The Tiger 2 was more interesting to me, even more interesting than the Tiger 1. Look at this, guys. Frontal hull armor from 150 to 160, but that's not the best part. Turret on the top turret armor from 185 to 245. Whoa. Okay. So not everyone's just going to punch through the flat spot. It's still flat, but now it's 245 of flat. So you're going to need gold in a pretty good gold round, to be quite honest. There's still weak spots. It's still a goofy shape for a turret. There's plenty of issues with it. But 245 is going to require some pretty good heft, especially for your tier 8s that some of them don't even have 245 gold. Most of your tier 7s don't have 245 gold. That's very, very interesting to me. Now, there are multiple changes for different turrets and guns, but we're just going to talk about the top gun for the top turret just as an example. So the damage from the AP to APCR is from 320 to 360. Okay, another alpha buff, much like the Tiger. Down below, average DPM is going from 196 to 2166. So it was just a straight buff of about 200 DPM. So much better turret, a straight buff of 200 DPM. All right. And I think everything else about the tank was pretty good. The gun was always pretty decent. Now it hits harder. That's a scarier gun at 360. Many fewer sub 300 hits, you know, for 280 and 290 and stuff like that. Very, very interesting. Let me know what you guys think about that. I really don't think the Tiger needed it, but I sort of liked that it was that really fast firing gun, and the low alpha didn't bother me because the DPM was so high. It gave it so many options. Now when it has a longer reload, it's got less of that permatrack kind of capability, but it hits harder. So I don't know. We'll see how that turns out. I'm not going to come down on either side and say it's good or bad. Oh, by the way, these are early numbers, so who knows? Maybe none of it happens. But I thought that was kind of interesting right there, guys. All right, let's move on. Just real quick, and as a PSA, I was just looking in the forums, and this guy is saying he wants to know what the sale price is for the reward tanks for tank rewards to sell it and then get it back. Remember, guys, you get the silver now. No need for rebate shenanigans on tank rewards. All right, so that's the one I talked about that has the Easter egg hunt. The last reward is a premium. In the past, if you had the premium, you got nothing. You had to sell the premium, and then you would get a new one back. But you don't have to do that anymore. You get 700,000 silver or whatever it's worth. All right, so don't even worry about that. In fact, I'm just going to post that to this guy now. All right. Well, all right, guys, that is enough of this silliness. Let me just show you really quickly, though, before we go. Is this... Here it is. So here it says Wargaming Premium, 125 days right there. And it says 518 watt premium account. That's the legacy stuff that reaches over to other platforms, other games. And in my case, I play a little bit of ships, so that's worth it for me. I've got to still have 125 days of premium over in ships. That's no longer the case anymore. You can buy the stuff that goes across all of their platforms, but it's not the good stuff, right? You got some of that there watt premium account, son. That's what you want if you're really serious about having a premium account in World of Tanks. But you can see down here that you can find out what you've got if you had that many days. That was a while ago, and I had so many stacked up from the boxes that Wargaming gave me, bragging. Noted, bragging noted. All right, that is it for me, guys. That is all I've got. We'll have Miserable Monday tomorrow. I should be streaming tomorrow. Might as well beat my head against the wall on a Monday. Have any of my Monday streams ever gone well? I think one went particularly well. All the rest have been kind of shenanigans. But like I said, Miserable Monday tomorrow. I'll have videos during the day. I should stream on Monday, maybe a little bit on Tuesday. Other than that, we will see you. Stay healthy, stay safe, do the best you can to minimize this thing. But at the same time, you got to live life, guys. So there you have it. See ya.